Hello, everyone. We wholeheartedly welcome you all, esteemed delegates and friends, to yet another curated live session of Panorama International Literature Festival, our beloved PILF, the signature program of the Writers' Capital International Foundation. To set the tone of this beautiful session, we are going to watch an inspirational video by our dedicated team. Let us watch this and enjoy it. How wonderful. It is truly inspirational and really sets the tone for today's so unique live session. I'm Secretary General, Panorama Festival's Chief Coordinator Global, and your host today, Irene Dura-Kavedia, extending you, as always, a warm embrace from Athens, Greece. It is with excitement that I welcome you all today in this live session of our beloved Panorama Festival, which to us literateurs and educationists is actually a celebration of literature and of life. As we in Writers' Capital bridge cultures and unite nations, we have joined all together in the realm where life meets literature and vice versa. At this point, I have the pleasure to deliver to you, as always, the heartfelt congratulations and the best wishes from our honorable founder, president, and CEO of the Writers' Capital Foundation and Panorama Festival's chairman, poet, author, educationist, and ardent humanitarian, Preet Nambiar. He is the mastermind behind the vision of the Foundation's program, as well as the highly inspirational theme of it, which hundreds of writers across the world have been able to delve into. Today, we're going to listen to the verses of our children, our grassroots, and this is even more important to us in Writers' Capital. This season, the drop of life, or the classic element of water, like our previous season's theme, the spark or the element of fire, is also closely related to the impact of global warming and its shortage. In honor of the illustrious 6th anniversary of our Panorama, we shall delve into the depths of life itself, the drop of life. And according to the great Leonardo da Vinci, we have to mention one of his quotes that said, "Water is the driving force of all nature." And with that inspirational quote, I shall give the dais to Miss Kala Ramesh to curate this beautiful session and introduce to us all these children or today's participants who are going to inspire us even more in the theme Drop of Life. Dear, the dice to you.
Thank you so much, Irene. I want to thank Preet Nambiar, the founder of the Panorama International Literary Festival, for encouraging our youth in such a grand way. It is not often that children get a chance like this on such a vast scale to to I wouldn't say to showcase their skill. I would rather say to voice their inner feelings, and that is what haiku is all about. I have a small Zen story which I think I will tell you all. Once upon a time, there was a wise Zen master, Nanan. People from far and near would seek his counsel and ask him for his wisdom. Many would come and ask him to teach them, and he enlightened them with the teachings of Zen. He never turned anyone away. One day, Nanan received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. The tone of this important man's voice sounded like he was used to getting his way. The Zen master smiled and said that they should discuss the matter over a cup of tea. Nanan served him tea. He poured the visitor's cup full and kept on pouring. The professor watched his cup overflow until he could no longer restrain himself. Enough, master. You are spilling the tea all over. Can't you see the cup is full? The master stopped pouring and smiled at his guest. You are like the cup of tea, so full that nothing more can be added. Come back to me when the cup is empty. Come back to me with an empty mind. So, listeners, I would want you to do the same thing. Here are children, 9 children before you, with a fresh mind, a childlike way of expression. And haiku itself is a natural, simple poem coming from the depth of honesty. So relax with an empty mind if that is possible. Kids take to haiku like fish take to water. Reading these children's bios, I was stunned at the talent these children possess. Without wasting too much time, let's plunge into the world seen through the eyes of these children. We start with Nairithi Konduru. Nairithi is a grade 5 student of the study Nicole International, Pondicherry, India. She has earlier won the Serena Memorial Panorama Prodigy Award at the 2023 Panorama International Literary Festival. Over to Nairithi. Welcome, Nairithi.
Everyone, a very good evening. The theme for my haiku is childhood. I am glad to be reading here today. So then, let me not keep you waiting much. Another birthday. Can I still be a baby? Another birthday. Can I still be a baby? Heavy school bag. The unresolved fights with friends. Heavy school bag. The unresolved fights with friends. Canis minor. On my nose, birthday cake's blue frosting. Canis minor. On my nose, birthday cake's blue frosting. Journal submission. All day busy wondering what to write. Journal submission. All day busy wondering what to write. Cherry blossoms. The butterfly's flight on a cold night. Cherry blossoms. The butterfly's flight on a cold night. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Oh, thank you, Nairithi. That was very sweet of you. Very sweet poems. We now go on to Vivan Agrawal. Vivan is a grade 7 student of Chirek International School, Hyderabad, India. He is also a versatile dancer and a tennis player. Welcome, Vivan.
Hello everyone. I am very glad to be a part of this festival and read my haiku. As Nairithi ended her haiku with the cold nights of the winter, I will read my set on the theme of winter. Winter, the aroma of samosas fills my stomach. Winter, the aroma of samosas fills my stomach. Early morning, trying hard to see through the fog. Early morning, trying hard to see through the fog. Bird watching. A sneeze breaks the forest silence. Bird watching. A sneeze breaks the forest silence. New Year. The abrupt music ruins the countdown. New Year. The abrupt music ruins the countdown. Sankranti. A box of sweets for the sugar ants too. Sankranti. A box of sweets for the sugar ants too. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very good. We now go on to Harshvardhan Joshi. Harshvardhan is a grade 7 student of the Delhi Public School, Hyderabad, India. He is learning to play the keyboard and is also a tennis player. Harshvardhan?
Hello everyone. I'm thrilled to be here with you all. Following Vivan's haiku on winter, I'll be reciting mine on all seasons. Winter, this long night without the room heater. Winter, this long night without the room heater. Summer, every second I bathe in sweat. Summer, every second I bathe in sweat. Rainy season, clouds lock the sun in a closet. Rainy season, clouds lock the sun in a closet. Spring breeze, all around me, fragrant petunia. Spring breeze, all around me, fragrant petunias. Calling my parents, only the waves respond. Calling my parents, only the waves respond. Thank you.
The last one was very deep. Lovely. We now go on to Noureen K Ajmal. Noureen is a grade 8 student of the Sant Bhavana International School, Kozhikode, India. Her short stories have been published in News India, Kerala Writing in English, and EKL Review. Welcome, Noureen.
Hello everyone. I am so glad to be part of this group and to present my haiku on this amazing platform. I'll continue from Harsh with another set of haiku with seasonal references, or kigo. Let us see if you can guess which haiku is about which season. Mango season. Our house is filled with pickles. Mango season. Our house is filled with pickles. Dead leaves. Solo footsteps make their way across. Dead leaves. Solo footsteps make their way across. Fog. Has my vision gotten worse? Fog. Has my vision gotten worse? Fever season. Adding cloves to our coffee. Fever season. Adding cloves to our coffee. And here is the last one, a giveaway, with an obvious seasonal reference this time. Early spring. Debating whether to abandon our coats. Early spring. Debating whether to abandon our coats. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, Naureen. You have a nice way of presenting. Very nice. We next go on to Anwitha Sudeep. Anvita is a grade 8 student of Sadbhavana International School, Kozhikode, India. Her short stories have been published in an anthology brought out by Scholastic India and also by Bree Books. Anvita?
Hello everyone. I'm happy to have this opportunity. From a collage of seasons that Noureen presented, let me take you to my set on upfront census. Midnight. The carnival songs too loud to be a lullaby. Midnight. The carnival songs too loud to be a lullaby. Weekend. Salty waves rush onto my windswept face. Weekend. Salty waves rush onto my windswept face. Early winter. Grandma knits my new sweater. Early winter. Grandma knits my new sweater. Honeysuckle. The hummingbird picks up a scent. Honeysuckle. The hummingbird picks up a scent. And the last one is, my fingers curve around the tip of my pencil. Unnoticed. My fingers curve around the tip of my pencil. Unnoticed. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Aadithya Sreeraj. Aditya is a grade 9 student of Silver Oaks High School, Hyderabad, India. He holds a brown belt in karate and also loves to develop and sketch his own anime characters. Aditya?
Yes. From seasons to senses, let me take you to Senryu. I present my set. Holiday morning. Mom pours out coffee and gossip. Holiday morning. Mom pours out coffee and gossip. Old school bag. I pull out a familiar smell. Old school bag. I pull out a familiar smell. Road trip. My dad argues with the Google map. Road trip. My dad argues with the Google map. Long afternoon. I count my grandfather's short naps. Long afternoon. I count my grandfather's short naps. Opened book. My eyes shift to the buzzing phone. Open book. My eyes shift to the buzzing phone. Thank you.
You've got a good sense of humor. Very nice. We now go on to Hansini Akila Kartik. Hansini is a grade 9 student of Silver Oaks High School, Hyderabad, India. Her artwork has found place in art exhibitions and e-zine. She is also a self-taught player of the keyboard and the guitar. Hansini?
Hi everyone. I'm as happy to be here as a cat would in a sunlit living room. So let me carry forward the spirit of Senryu. With my set, I celebrate my experiences. White sleeveless shirt. My arms seem to like the dark side. White sleeveless shirt. My arms seem to like the dark side. Spoiled brush. The paint more stubborn than me. Spoiled brush. The paint more stubborn than me. Dairy milk. Mom gives me puppy eyes. Dairy milk. Mom gives me puppy eyes. Playing Roblox. I wish my online avatar all the best. Playing Roblox. I wish my online avatar all the best. Bedtime reading. My little sister fights for the same bookmark. Bedtime reading. My little sister fights for the same bookmark. Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. We now go on to Kartik C Setty. Kartik is a grade 8 student of Silver Oaks High School, Hyderabad, India. He is also training as a vocalist in Carnatic classical music and has performed in programs. Kartik.
Good evening to everyone. I am happy to be here today. Taking over from Hansini, let us continue the celebrations. I will be reciting a few haiku from my set that have won various positions in different contests. Long summer day, nobody home to make me a lemonade. Long summer day, nobody home to make me a lemonade. New house, between my clothes, a sliver of memory. New house, between my clothes, a sliver of memory. Dinner table, the flight too takes a seat. Dinner table, the flight too takes a seat. Champa, the sunset orange, lingers behind. Champa, the sunset orange, lingers behind. There is one more haiku that I would like to recite, which did not win an award in a competition, but it's definitely worth celebrating.
Mm.
Campfire, my grandma's stories come alive.
Mm.
Campfire, my grandma's stories come alive. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very nice. We now go on to the last speaker today, Ishita Manhas. Ishita is a grade 9 student of Silver Oaks High School, Hyderabad, India. She is training in Bharatanatyam and has also given stage performances. Ishita.
Hello, I am glad to be here. I have heard a variety of haiku today evening. The spirit of this form of poetry is to express our experience. We write wherever the heart takes us. Morning. The smell of fresh paint fills the empty room. Morning. The smell of fresh paint fills the empty room. Spring. A ladybug sits on its flower throne. Spring. A ladybug sits on its flower throne. Christmas lights. Cold hands hold each other. Christmas lights. Cold hands hold each other. Ice palace. A condensed breath escapes from my mouth. Ice palace. A condensed breath escapes from my mouth. Splashing waves. Little crabs crawl out of the sand. Splashing waves. Little crabs crawl out of the sand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You had 9 children recite their poems, and haiku is the shortest poem. It's so simple, brief, concise that it's not easy to write. Even as adults, we sometimes struggle through them. All these children couldn't have happened without a mentor behind. And the mentor here is Akila G, who has performed this magic for us. Let me read her short bio. Akila Gopalakrishnan engages in free verse and the Japanese forms of haiku and haibun written in English language. She has also conducted workshops for these forms of poetry. Her work has found home in several online journals and print anthologies. She has also presented poetry at TEDx and LitFest readings at Goa, Sahitya Academy, and Hyderabad. Akila, I would like to ask you some questions, very brief questions, of course. I mean, just a short interview, rather. How did you think of starting to teach children, Akila?
Well, I think I always loved doing that. And it started off long time back with, under an umbrella of creative writing, where I used to, ask them to write short stories or, give them a theme and play about. This was long before I think I really entered the haiku scene. And then after I entered haiku, you know my journey. You've been a big part of it, Kala. So, and after I entered and I learned, and then I thought that perhaps, I should teach the children. And as always, the first step was a failure. And I had some very good friends who entrusted their children to me to teach haiku. And after teaching them, I learned how not to teach haiku. So
very true, very true.
And then is when this group happened. All these, I would say 8, because Nairithi is not mentored by me. There is another mentor there, Nairithi's mother, Amulya Kamalnath. So I would give everything to the youngest in this group. Yeah, the little bird who just has such a soft voice, fluttering around with her verses. I really give it to her there. So I think, so we are 2 mentors here, if I may say. So
Yes.
I am there with the 8 kids, and Amulya is there for Nairithi. And that's how it happened with these kids. It happened in 3 different batches, but it happened. And I think I give the credit to these kids. I agree what you said, they have taken to the form like fish to water. They're so fresh. And I think when we become adults, I think we lose that freshness. And that's something I've been trying very hard to learn from them.
Yes.
So yes, that's how this happened. That's how this group happened.
Lovely, lovely. And when did this idea swing into action? Which year? You remember?
This haiku, I think happened a year back.
Okay.
Just about a year back. Now, if you're asking about my failure, that was a pre-COVID era. So I think that's forgotten about because they have not taken to that, none of that children took to writing, which is fine because I think I would take the blame the way I took it. You know how haiku is, right? We try to do it with rules and say that there's a fragment and there's a phrase and there's short, long, short. And then I realized that perhaps I just loaded them with all that. And then there was no headspace to look around, think freely. It didn't happen with them.
Yes.
So that was my biggest learning. So post-COVID, I think when I was continuing with my creative writing, with these children, then I realized perhaps the best way to learn is to read. And that's what I did. We used to pick up books, your haiku was there, K Ramesh's haiku was there, K Ramesh's haiku. They're so fluid. Anyone can read it. It's very easy, to scatter them to children, I found.
Yes.
And, that's how they took. I remember I used to just scan pages and say, okay, let's read. Tell me, what do you think? And then I said, okay, why don't we start writing? I think that's what happened. So it's happened about a year back, I think 24 or maybe slightly before that.
Beautiful.
That's when I think haiku for me started succeeding in, making these children write. So
yes. No, it's a huge achievement. I've been teaching children, and it's a journey and very enjoyable. Enjoyable to the core. I mean, you learn so much from them.
Absolutely.
Now I come to a very succinct and subtle nuance called makoto. Makoto means truth in Japanese language. Makoto, or arriving at the truth of the moment that we have experienced, but to get it on paper It is not easy. And to get it from children, maybe they are more honest than us. Maybe it's easier. Okay. But still, how do you teach the subtle nuance to kids, Akila?
I think with this group or the other workshops that I have done for haiku, you know, for children, I think every moment is the moment of truth. So if they feel it, they'll express it. They don't feel it, they'll say, no, we don't express it. And sometimes you'll have to ask them to jog through those moments of truth and, dig through the memory. Experiences are finely loaded. They're all saved up as memories. So I used to tell them, just think about the day. Just think what has happened. Let's take seasons. Let's take festivals. Just tell me what you would do about it. And that's how I got them to start writing. And then they started writing. And even now, they're so frank. If they feel they've not been able to write, they say, no, I don't think we've been able to write. So I've been behind them, literally, goading them, write. Why don't you, in fact, in one of our catch-up sessions, we did a small exercise. So I said, let's take 20 minutes, let's just write, whatever comes to you, now how haiku has to be written. I don't have to teach you that. So, why don't you just write? And when they wrote, in an average of, 15, 20 minutes, they all had between 3 to 5 haiku, written. So, 4 haiku or 5 haiku written in 20 minutes. So I told them, see, you need only 5 minutes to write one, right?
Yeah.
We will do some math. We were talking about some math before we started this session, isn't it, Kala?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a math I did with them. I think it was last month during our last month's catch-up session. I said, you just need 5 minutes to write a haiku.
Yes.
All you do is just pick up a notebook, at the end of the day, before you wind up for the bed. No TV, no screens, no phones, nothing. Just sit with your notebook. And, that's all you just need. Even that math formula didn't work there, because they're true.
Yes.
No, we have not written. I don't think we have written. No, I don't think I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So-
I remember when I took my symbiosis undergrads, okay, they were fresh from school and it was college for them. And haiku was something unheard of. One child said, I took it because it sounded good. That amount of awareness they had. Okay, I used to tell them to write one haiku per day. I said at the end of January, you'll have 31 haiku. And from that, you pick your best and give me 10. And everyone succeeded in doing that. Of course, they were 16 years old, but still, and they were not. The whole class didn't choose. Just 15 of them, or I used to get 14 or 15 of students per batch per semester, but they were brilliant. So I mean, it's beautiful. I can just imagine. I can just understand what you must have gone through when you were teaching children. And I'm
Yeah.
sure my last question to you is, what are your future plans in the haikai field?
Oh man. I think for now I'll just revel in this moment. I'm so happy that these 9 budding poets, hygienes, they are the torchbearers. And I just hope, now that we are YouTube live and all that, I hope
Yeah.
people look at it, they know that there is this form, and it's as simple as this. We
Yes.
have this age group of 10 to 15 writing their own haiku, publishing it, all of them are published,
Yes.
in journals, all of them are published. All of them are winning competitions, right? And contest,
Excellent.
including the Golden Triangle,
Yeah.
where I have not been able to make it. I'm so proud to say that I've not been able to make it. And I have kids from this group who have made it. So I just hope we are able to spread it. That's something, I've learned from you, right?
Lovely.
You take
Lovely,
it
Akila.
forward, see how much I can, we can do, if we can do more workshops. There are so many of us now.
So many of us.
So many of us now, So let's hope we carry this
Yes, Akila, I'm all for it.
tradition.
I'm all
Yeah,
for it. Yes, we should
absolutely.
make
Yeah.
it big.
Let's hope we carry this tradition forward,
Every
and we
child
have
should know.
more young hygienes on the scene.
Yes, and every child should know what it is to catch that moment of truth and pen it down in such simple words that even a 6-year-old will understand, will be able to read those. But
Yes.
the truth
Yes.
behind it will last forever.
Yes, absolutely. Kala, one more point here. As you said that you asked your students to write one daily. That's a writing practice. I've also learned from, the workshops that we attend, right? Whether it's
Yes.
for free verse or not,
Yes.
they tell you that it's like a sadhana, you write daily and you don't bother whether what is going to happen to that. You may trash it, it doesn't matter, but
Yes.
with kids, it's very different. When they write, none of them here in this group, I can say, none of them, when they write, they don't write just one. They
Hmm.
write four. It just comes. It just comes.
Yes. Yes.
They are so. I mean, we were talking about Makato. This is the truth. That where at that moment when they start writing, I think they are there at that moment.
Yes.
And then what comes, they write, and they're very frank even about the way they write.
Yes.
And each one has a distinct style. It's all out today. Each one has a distinct style. I mean, to say when Anwitha writes, she writes 20 at a time. It's not even 3, 4, that's the kind of thing. And when Hansini writes, she's very clear. She said, unless I've experienced it, I don't think I'm comfortable writing with it.
Okay.
She's someone like that. Aditya loves scenario. You see, they all have their styles.
Yes. Yes.
They don't like to get bracketed. In fact, let me confess, to put this session together, because the theme was Jalam, right, or water. That's the theme of the festival this year. And you told me that because it's children haiku, there's an exception made. And we won't, they don't have to stick to poems on the theme of water, which would not have been possible, of course. They're all still writing, they're all still budding poets, right? And still somewhere, I would like to thank Kavita here, Aditya's mother. She's the one who gave me the idea. She said, maybe we can just figure out some kind of a theme. And then when I asked the children to share their haiku, what they would like to read, you won't believe, then I realized that each one already had a theme. I didn't have to do anything there. I just had to connect. So then is when we were working only between yesterday and today. So I just told them, why don't, there is a sequence, why not we draft a sequence? And you all can just connect. And that way, I hope, Irina, I hope we have stayed true to the spirit of the theme of the festival this year. And I hope the reading was as fluid and it, and it's just, I hope you all drifted along with the river. I hope you enjoyed the flow. And thank you so much. Thank you, Writers Capital Foundation. Thank you, Kala, for having us here. Thank you so much. I'm really honored. I'm really indebted to you. I am having goosebumps as I speak. I couldn't have dreamt of this or anything better than this for these young budding stars. And I hope they know what they're carrying it forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akila. Thank you so much, Preet and Panorama International Literary Festival, for bringing all this together. And Irene, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, dear Kala, dear Akila, and also Amulya, since I heard her name, I hope she's here too, to be able to listen to all these beautiful things that we have all heard. I think that Writers Capital is really proud of each and every one of these budding little stars that will carry the torch forward and bring us all the fruits that we expect later on in life. Thank you so much for putting all these things together for us. It has been really enlightening for us older people to see what the really, really young ones write. And I have to congratulate you all for this precious, precious experience. We would also all, as educationists, like to have children like these to go on and go forth.
Yes.
And take your mentorship step forward and upward. Dear Kalite, has been a really wonderful, really unique session. I don't know if you wish to add something here.
No, nothing more except thank you a million times. Thank you.
It has been a real, real pleasure indeed. So also previous year we had a very, very good session of children, and we really enjoyed that as well. So of course we thank our visionary leader Preet Nambiar for making this all possible for us to be coming together and doing all of this. Great pride and joy to have this platform. And let me give you some little things for the end some quotes, some inspirational truths, since we talked about the truth, for our children also to listen and be the advocates of truth and of protection of our earth. So water, the source of life and our shared responsibility. The elixir of life flows not just through rivers and seas, but through the very essence of existence itself. It sustains humanity and has been revered as sacred across cultures and civilizations. Yet, despite its profound significance, humanity stands at a crossroads where water scarcity threatens the very balance of our planet. How can we, as custodians of this earth, remain passive or indifferent when the very foundation of life is under threat? At Writers' Capital Foundation, we refuse to stand inactive. Guided by our common vision, we are committed to leading the charge for a world where water is a right, not a privilege. Through our words, your words, or our actions and advocacy, we strive to raise awareness, inspire change, and contribute to solutions that address the growing water crisis. Our mission transcends mere awareness. It is a call to action for global solidarity. We believe in harnessing the power of literature, of art, and cultural exchange to ignite a sense of responsibility in individuals and communities. And what better? The grassroots. You all. To remain indifferent is to turn a blind eye to suffering and to compromise the future of our planet, your future. So let us stand united as advocates for life. Let us all together write a new chapter, one where access to water is universal, where ecosystems will thrive, and humanity will reclaim its role as a steward of the earth. We are here to unite for a better future for us all. Come join us in this unique opportunity to be an active part of this massive social change. Once again, special thanks to Kala Ramesh and to all of you who have been here today, participants and mentors in this unique and lovely session. We also thank our viewers from across the globe for watching us live. Goodbye, everyone. We shall meet again in the realm of literature real soon with Panorama Festival. Goodbye from us all.
Goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good night.